So what are the 5 fountain pens I would be buying today if I was starting from scratch? I will go over each pen and why I picked it coming up. If I was starting my fountain pen collection from scratch, these are going to be the first 5 pens that I would go out and buy right away, or I actually might save up for them because they aren't cheap. I have been in this hobby for 20 years and my tastes have, moved, further and further up the price bracket. I will do one for sort of my like everyday kind of like office kind of pens, and then I'll do a budget one as well. So, first up, this one kind of surprised me. It beat out a Namiki Yukari, which also has a fantastic nib like this one. These are pens that really, when I write with them, I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Because a lot of pens are like, well, this is okay, it's fine. But these are ones where I'm like, why aren't all my pens like this in terms of the writing experience? So this is an Auto Hoot Design C. It is a rather fancy sterling silver pen with a very simple design. It was not designed to be an everyday kind of pen. However, I really love using this at my desk regularly. It's very, very well made. It is basically just a simple tube of silver with these soldered gold roll stoppers, and it has this fantastic wet number 6 18 karat gold Yovo nib. I believe all the Auto Hoot nibs are tuned and it just writes so well. It's wet, just super enjoyable. We have this black sort of ribbed finish here, which was uncomfortable on the Design 8, but on the Design C, it's a bit more rounded, it's a bit less jagged, and it works really, really beautifully. I absolutely love this pen. I don't know why. Like, this isn't something that I would typically recommend to people because it's kind of heavy. It is back weighted, but I don't know. I just really love this pen. Every time I use it, it's kind of puts a smile on my face. So that is number 5, the Auto Hoot Design C. As an alternative, though, this was the other one that was in contention. This is the Yukari Milky Way. You don't need the fancy Milky Way one. Even like the Yukari, like the Nippon art style ones. These number 10 nibs are, I think, like the best, smoothest medium nibs out there that you can get. And I'm not typically a medium nib kind of person, but these are so, so good. So I kind of went back and forth between these two, but ultimately, I just think this is a bit more exciting for me, even though this just feels so premium and so smooth when you're writing with it. Next up is the Montegrappa 1930 Extra. This is a beautiful Italian pen, celluloid and sterling silver trim. It has this ratcheting filling system. It's very, very pleasant to use. And this is really, I think, the ultimate Montegrappa. It, has for sure a luxury feel to it without being over the top, like my Pirate's Pen or my Human Civilization, which actually has a really, really good nib too. um, but these write really well, especially if you get the older ones. They tend to be softer, just feels so good on the page, and it's a very luxurious pen. Now, the next 3 are a bit more everyday type pens, whereas these are kind of more on the luxury spectrum. But I do use these, very regularly, and they could be an everyday pen for me. This one I wouldn't travel with, but the other ones I would. Up next is my Montblanc 124G that I got last year at the San Francisco Pen Show. This is just a really nice pen with a fantastic writing nib. I do think that the best nibs I've ever used have been on vintage Montblanc pens, and this has a really nice size to it, very, very comfortable, fantastic nib, and that push knob filling system really does make a nice difference versus the telescopic, which requires more regular and more scary maintenance where you have to take apart the pen and risk breaking it. So really love this. Would also If I couldn't find one of these, I would be looking at like the Simplo 25, 30, and 35, which very similar to this, just a bit longer, but similar nibs. Up next is the Pelican M800 with italic broad nib. This has actually beaten out one of my longtime favorites, the Mont Blanc 149. I just think this is really a better pen. The nib is fantastic. One of my favorite nibs, right up there with my Aurora nibs. It's so nice. And to be able to just buy this italic broad nib new, you don't have to hunt for something special or old. It's really fantastic. The nibs are threaded, great everyday kind of pen. It's not a cheap pen, but really suitable, well thought out. These pens fly really, really well. I've never had an issue with ink leaking while flying. They're just fantastic pen. And I think this size for my hands is more comfortable than the 149. Even though I do still love my 149s, I think I would be reaching for this before the 149s. And then finally, this isn't going to be a surprise to anyone, Aurora Optima. I would also consider it an 88 as well. You look for a good price, but it's got to have the italic nib. Just one of the best, quote unquote, off the shelf nibs out there. I mean, it is kind of a special nib. You do pay extra for it, but this is just the most perfect pen in my hand. It looks, especially in this Monvisio colorway here, it looks fantastic. And the nibs are threaded. There are many different nibs. The Aurora BB nib is also a close second to this. This is just, my ultimate pen. If I had to start from scratch, these would be the 5 pens that I would buy. So those are the 5 fountain pens I would be buying today if I was starting from scratch. What are the 5 that you would pick if you were restarting your collection today? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.